put your mic down like this, so I can see if you spit like down. Like hold it, push it down. No, not so close to you. Like this. But now pull it away from you a little bit. Good. Ready? Let me do this hoop first. Okay, guys, welcome to another episode. Okay, let me start like this. Actually. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, welcome to another episode of Young and Gifted. This will be episode 28, I believe. Today is going to be a good episode. We're going to be telling some stories, and we're going to get to figure out more about Savio, and we're going to be talking about like dealing with obstacles and overcoming barriers, even when it feels like the world is against you and that you're by yourself. That there's always a way. So who best to speak about it than Savio? This is a young man who I get to see grow from a boy to a man within 2 years. There was a lot of growth in those 2 years. I think that was probably the most important 2 years of his life in terms of growth and where he wanted to be and chasing things and figuring out himself, you know. So it's been a pleasure to be part of the journey. And just as I see him grow, he's seen me grow. And we kind of grow together, even though I'm a lot older than him. So it's good to finally have him on. And this is Savio. How you doing, Savio?
Good. How are you, bro?
I get. You see how I do with the place?
It looks crazy.
Yeah.
Painted it.
Yeah.
Changed the setup.
Yeah. It's been a long time coming. You know, it's just like small things I had to put together, and eventually
big changes.
It all come together. But it's been a long ride. But it's finally good to have you on. How you feeling about
bro,
it?
A little bit.
Nervous?
I'm not too much of a camera guy, but I'll try my best to talk. We'll see.
Yeah, so you're nervous?
Not nervous. I just not used to it.
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying.
But we'll talk.
Yeah. Because I know that like we have a lot of things that we need to talk about. I mean, so much so that we can't touch on everything in this episode. You know, in one episode. You know,
I would think of doing 2 parts to it.
Yeah. So I for most of you who do know, we actually recorded this before. That's why we're late on the episode this week. So we recorded it before, and we decided together that we wanted to do a re-recording, so that because now we have a understanding of where we want to flow with the story, with the story and with your story more than anything else.
I think last time was too much jumping from topic to topic.
And it was late. It was so late. I was.
It was a very late time too. Yeah.
Yeah. No. So now we're here, and So how you feeling? How you?
Good, bro. Good.
Yeah.
Like I said, bro, not really. Also, I'm not really used to talk about
yourself.
About myself.
Yeah, and it's
when someone asks me, I just.
But it's an immigrant thing. A lot of immigrants don't like talking about themselves. I don't even like talking about myself. This is episode 28, and most people don't even know a lot of things. Like look at today in the barbershop when Marcus came in and he didn't even know I do film.
Right, he didn't even know you do film.
You know, which is bad on me.
And then this guy told me, "It's like, bro, turn my chair. I need to talk to this guy right now."
Yeah, you know, like
it's like crazy.
It's a bad reflection on me too, because it means that like we miss out on so much things because we don't like talking to ourselves. So it's like a barrier that we have to get over and understand, and then we start talking to ourselves, and it's marketing.
I feel like that's most people nowadays when they start to do something, there's like pros and cons to it. I was thinking about that when I was driving to here actually. Especially people my age, they always want to start something but do it on the very low key, like no one has to know about it, which is good in the beginning, because some people believe that if there's like someone evil eye, like people could evil eye, even though I don't believe in that shit, but people could evil eye them, and then they're like, oh, should have just stayed quiet. I don't even know why I mentioned it. Every time I mention something, it fails. But then the good side of it is
accountability,
right? Not even just that. It just you can promote it and then still make money on the side from documenting it and all that. If you know most YouTubers who are big now, big like millionaires and all that, they usually just document their whole journey.
Yeah, documentation, bro.
And bro, it pays off in the end, but some other people just want to keep it low key, which is not a problem.
Yeah.
But I just find like there's pros and cons, depends just what you want to do.
Yeah, I feel like people misinterpret asking for advice on the dreams and speaking about the dreams, because I feel like a lot of people like the saying when people say you shouldn't tell people about your plans and that kind of stuff because of evil eye. I think it's more like asking somebody who don't understand where you want to go about a place where you want to go and taking that advice, you know, like most people will say, oh, that's not a good idea,
that's not,
you know, like,
and then it kills you down from the inside.
Exactly, you know. So like crypto not good for me, so I will tell you, yo, you shouldn't do crypto, you know. I know they say I think it was Michael Todd, he said one time that the easiest time to kill a king is when he's a baby.
Yeah,
you know. So like when your dream's young is the easiest time for somebody to be like, oh yeah, that wouldn't work, that doesn't happen to everybody, you know. So I think that's what that means. But some people take it like, oh yeah, I don't want to, you know, have this business idea I'm working on, but you not telling people make you take so much longer sometimes because you don't have no accountability.
Yeah,
like,
now you're like, I'm in my free time.
Exactly. Yeah.
I can finish it now. I can finish it later. Nobody knows.
But when you tell people and people say, yo, I thought you was gonna start the food business.
Yeah.
Last year it's like, oh yeah, I was gonna start that, but then, you know, so it's accountability. So it's two sides to the story.
So, yeah, pros and cons and everything, right?
Yeah. So in terms of you, like, I know where you're from, but just to give people context, who you are and where you from, you know, and how you reach to where you reach today, and how you think the way you think today, right? What you think in your life direct you to this path?
I think the biggest thing is discipline and daily finding something that motivates you.
Yeah.
It's I wouldn't say it's easy at all, because most people tend to watch one thing that motivates them, and then at the end of the day they're like, oh, like, I don't think this is for me, but then they tend to give up very, very easily in the very beginning. But what I would say is, okay, what the fuck am I talking about? I said a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, let's say. So hold on, let me clap so I can know. It's okay. So this part here is where you will know to go from where you start. Where is that? Okay, I Savio. I grew up in a small town called Mosul. You know, it was a nice town until this and this happened. You know, don't go into detail as in like, oh, it was 2 o'clock in the morning and 3 o'clock. You know, just be like, one night we was sleeping and this happened. You know, my father was gone for a while and then this happened, and you know. So this is where you say that. Okay. So this is where you can start off by saying, I'm Savio and I'm from Mosul. You know, I came here as a refugee from Mosul.
Okay.
Right? And start from there. Okay. No, you don't need to clap again. Let's go ahead.
Okay, to start with, I'm Savio from Mosul. I'm 19 years old right now. Born in 2004. Specifically from Kermlish, Chaldean.
Yeah.
And
is that a place? Kermlish.
Yeah, it's a very small town, like
in Iraq.
In Iraq, it's like north, a little bit to the west side of Iraq.
Yeah. So how long you been in Canada?
2018,
so like
5 years.
6 years.
5, 6, probably 5. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know English before you came here?
No, I don't know
that's
English.
Crazy.
Only I knew. Bro, I just knew like swear words from playing video games in Lebanon with my friends.
Call of Duty?
Not even, bro. Some game, Clash of Clans, bro.
Oh.
So I used to game that.
Yeah. Okay, so then you came here not knowing English, and you had to like go to school, like you had to go to school with people who speak English, obviously.
Yeah, in here, but back in Lebanon. So I'll go back to Iraq. Once it was one night where, back in like 2012, maybe 13.
Right.
I can't really remember. One night, ISIS attacked the village beside us. And then after that, we got like calls from people who were coming from the other side. They were like, "Yo, you guys gotta leave because it's getting too dangerous now." So then we decided to leave, and then after maybe like 3 days, we went somewhere a little bit up north. It was like a church. Most people were there. Most people from our village was there. And then after that, they were saying, "Oh, it's safe." They didn't end up coming that far. So we came back, and maybe like a month or 2 weeks after, I can't really remember. They were like, "Oh, they're coming again," but this time was serious because people are like our neighbors were actually leaving too, and it was at night. And so then we left, but actually before that, my dad was held hostage because he was a surgeon assistant to cure some of the members in ISIS.
Wait, so he worked for ISIS? Oh no. They
he was in the hospital. He was at work, and then they came and took over
the hospital,
like specifically that area,
right?
And then he seen them because he was on the top floor. From what he told me, he seen them come in, and then he's like, "Okay, man, can't really do anything now, right? I'll just do whatever they tell me." So then they asked him. They're like, "Oh, you gotta help us out. You gotta cure. We have too much injuries." Went from there. After like 3 days, we. Like, imagine your dad's supposed to come home and then he went missing for 3 days.
Yeah, you guys probably
right?
thought he
and
was
you
dead,
have
right?
you have like no connection, none of that. You can't. How are you gonna look for him?
You guys probably thought he was dead.
And yeah, but there was still a feeling that he was gonna come back. It was a very weird. It was scary situation, I would say. But then his friend helped him out, and they had to walk like very far to come back. And then when he came back, that's when we left. It was at night. When we left, we went a little bit to the north, and that's when we decided to go to Lebanon. And from Lebanon, we came to Canada. But in Lebanon, we lived there like 4 years. And I would say that was the brokest time of my life, to be honest. Even though like in Iraq we were not that rich, but we were still stable.
Yeah. So in Lebanon, did the dad work? Did he get to like work? Did they give him like a work permit or?
Yeah, so they gave him basically whatever they tell you, you have to do it. You have to serve the church, clean, and there was like a long road that people would go to the church from, right? And he would have to like go and clean up the grass on the road and all that. And that's besides them calling him for events. And one time actually he broke his knee. I can't even remember how. I think he slipped, but then they took him to the hospital, and then he had like a whole
cast.
A whole cast on his leg, and then from there he couldn't work for like a week. But then
for a week,
no.
He broke his knee and couldn't work for a week.
I was gonna say a month.
A month, okay. That's like a week, bro. That's like a week. The weekend didn't let him take a month off.
It was
a week, a month.
I'll say 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't work for like 3 weeks, and then after that, bro, he went back to work, and basically what his job was just taking care of the church. Even though he wasn't the only one, like there was obviously other people, but there was like a mansion above the church, and there was like 11 layers of a farm, and then there was basically I don't know, they call her like madame. I don't know how to say that in English, but that's
nuns.
Huh?
Nun, like a nun.
She was like like the boss, bro.
Like the head nun.
Yeah, but she wasn't even a nun because she wasn't wearing like any of that. But she would speak French and Arabic. Yeah. And bro, we would get so happy every time she'd call us, because it would happen like every 3 months, 4 months. She would call us and she'd be like, "Oh, here's food." Just like for fun, right? Like cake sometimes just helping, right? And that was like one of the most exciting moments, comparing to what we would get back then.
Yeah.
So yeah, my dad had to serve her, had to serve what's his name, the priest, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a very big church, and we lived there for 4 years. I couldn't go to school. Apparently they didn't accept me because I didn't know French. Neither did we have the capital to afford it.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't making much money. Neither was I working, because it was only my dad, and no one else in the family was working at that time. There was not much jobs anyways. It was up in like the mountains.
So like for you as a kid, like, what was your emotions at this time? You know, like were you, you know, like what was your dreams like?
Bro, honestly, at that time, I didn't know much. Like, I didn't go to school. I didn't see life. I didn't see none of that. So my whole dream was just to come to Canada. Like, imagine, that was just a dream. I didn't even know. Like, I didn't know anything further than that until I came here. I had to build up my vision, I would say,
right?
Which is probably to this day is probably like the hardest part. I know where I want to be, but sometimes I see two doors and I don't know which one to open first.
Yeah,
but I feel like that's just everyone.
Yeah, that's life. That's life, and
that's life. Yeah. So
that's life, and that's
I don't know if that's really a problem, but either way, I didn't. Like, there was no dreams really. I'll tell you a dream. It was to buy a PS4. That was it.
Yeah, because you was a kid, right?
I was a kid, but then even like kids nowadays, like growing up here, it's so much different because you can see like luxury cars, you can see big houses, vacations, and all that stuff, like jewelry, watches. You can be like, oh, I want that when I grow up. But all I knew when I grew up was just, I don't know, buy things to play with, like video games. I don't know, a soccer ball.
And I understand what you're saying, because at the time I was a kid, and I had the same issues when I was a kid, that you never really see that kind of lavish lifestyle in front of your face, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as a kid in Lebanon, being that poor, did you ever feel like you was less than the people around you, or was like everyone around you like poor the same way and going through the same things you're going through?
No, and I think to this day it's the hardest part to explain to people, because no one around me was as, I wouldn't say poor, because poor is more of like a very blind mindset where you don't know where you're going. I would say broke. Broke is just because in money terms.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no one, like everyone there was affording whatever they wanted to get. Even my friends, whenever I would go out with them, they would be like, oh, let's get that, let's go buy food, I don't know, buy like a little bag of chips. And to be honest, I couldn't afford that. We couldn't, like, we didn't have much money, but then so a lot of them would offer me, be like, yo, it's okay, just come around and then we'll pay for it. It's okay. It's not a big deal. A couple times happened, but then my parents started finding out. They're like, yo, you don't rely on anybody. Like, but I don't have shit. Like, what am I gonna do? Right? They're like, well, then you don't get shit. I said that to me. I'm like, okay, cool then. And even like soccer practices and all that. It was like 10. I would say it was like $6 Canadian to go for like a week, practice for a week. And my mom still didn't let me go. My other friend would always tell me, bro, come, it'll be fun. Just because he liked me the most out of everyone else. So he's like, bro, it's okay. Just come around, bro, I'll pay for it. And he was actually the richest guy I know. And now he's pretty famous. He's pretty famous now, yeah. I think he has like 500,000 followers on TikTok and like
but that's
200
crazy.
Something on Instagram.
Yeah,
it's crazy because he still reaches out to me. He's like, bro, when are you coming back? I need to link up. Been a long time.
Yeah,
but it was good times, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'll never complain about what I went through back in Lebanon.
Yeah. Oh, so you still had fun, nonetheless.
More fun, and I think the more I'm growing up, the more I'm learning.
Yeah, because I feel like if it wasn't for that, it wouldn't be like that's the thing about life, right? Is that the sad thing about life is that is the hard things that does make us stronger.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I explained it before. Like, it's like doing reps in the gym, right? Is
Yeah.
the reps that hurt is the reps
It's the reps that matter.
that matter.
Which is like if you're doing like whatever exercise in the beginning, it doesn't really matter.
yeah,
It's only the if you do 10 this time and now you feel dead, and next time you have to go for like 11.
exactly.
Beat
Is the pain the
right?
next day?
Yeah, and then the
You know?
next day you'll be able to do 15. Who knows?
Exactly. So and that's the same thing with life, right? Life is the same exact way as the beatings that does actually help us grow. You know, so from you going from there, and you say that your dream was to come to Canada. What was it like your first day in Canada? Like you remember your emotions, like how you was feeling, not like what you see or what you do, but the feeling that you had.
The crazy feeling, I'm not gonna lie, it was also my first time experiencing snow. I never seen snow in my life until then. We saw a tiny bit in Lebanon, but that wasn't much. It was like nothing compared to here, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I would say, I'll be very honest, it was I was happy 100%. I'm not gonna lie, but I felt controlled by a certain amount of people that I can't say who, but I felt controlled because more of like I did that for you, now you have to return the favor, but in a 10x, I would say. Like you have to do it way, you know what I'm saying? It's more of like let's say I buy a car, okay, and I'd be like I'll pay for it,
yeah,
but you have to pay my gas forever. It's more of like this way. So now who's really winning?
Yeah.
Right? But then as I grew up, I started standing up for myself and realized, bro, I don't really like need these. I don't need these people, bro. Neither did I ever need them, except them offering that thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then yeah, as I'm growing up now, I'm starting
to understand things
and to understand things better and more mature, more of a mature way. But overall, bro, it was a very blessing. To this day, I still pray because it's been a crazy 5 years. Every day I'm learning something new, bro.
Yeah.
And I can't even keep up because of how much I'm learning. It's like so much stress.
Yeah.
So much.
I mean, like I remember the first time I came here, and I saw snow. That first time I saw snow, my cousin, I was in the shower. My cousin ran inside, and he's like, "Oh, yo, there's flurries outside. It's snowing." And I literally ran outside naked, bro. You know, to see flurries, because I don't know, like snow to me was like I remember being a kid and you'll see like some like football players, like soccer players.
Yeah.
And you can see like the mist come out of the mouth.
Yeah, like the.
Oh my gosh, that's something that we always wanted to happen to us, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was different seeing things. I remember when I just came to Canada. One thing that I was amazed by was we were driving on the street, and someone was walking with their phone in their hand, and I'm like, "Yo, this person has their phone in their hand," and it's like, "Yeah, that's normal. What's wrong with having the phone in the hand?" Yeah, I was like, I don't know, this person is walking by themselves with the phone in their hand.
Yeah, because this is where you grew up and all that.
Yeah, that's kind of dangerous, you know.
Yeah.
But we used to go to Walmart for fun. We thought Walmart was so cool.
Yeah.
You know, because you already see Walmart commercials on TV.
Yeah.
But we never really went. We never get to go to a Walmart.
Yeah.
You know, so we'd go to like Walmart, and that would be so cool for us. It's like Walmart. You know.
Honestly, I don't even know like Walmart, McDonald's, KFC. I don't even know any of that. All I knew was a supermarket existed. That's all I knew.
Mm-hmm.
And when we came here, I just called everything supermarket. Walmart, Home Depot, Costco. I don't know. There's like so much other stores out there too. But, bro, one of the things that really concerned me, I would say, was when I first came here, I asked my uncle. I was like, "Yo, is there like soccer fields here with grass?" He's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Well, like grass. Like, is it free to play? Like, because I've seen like open parks and shit."
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Yeah, you just go. Why are you asking?" I'm like, "Shit, I took a picture, sent it to my Lebanon friends right away, bro. We would always play on concrete, and then to play on an actual field, we probably did that like 3 times because we had to pay.
But playing on concrete, I like playing on concrete.
I love it because it's my
the ball
style.
moves fast. The ball moves fast.
Yeah. My style was always more of like futsal, bro. Like
Football,
I was
FIFA
always
street.
I was always that one kid, bro. So when we played here for like big fields and stuff, I was like, maybe it's not that fun as I dreamed that it would be, bro.
I mean, like football on concrete is still fun.
Yeah, it's still fun. And another thing that I was very concerned about, because I didn't go to school from grade like 2 or 3 until grade 8 here, and that was all the way from Iraq, passing over Lebanon, which I didn't go to school in, to Canada in here, half of grade 8.
Wait. So the day that you guys left Iraq, did you go to school that day?
No, I don't think so.
But like the last day that you went to school in Iraq, you didn't even know that this would be the last day.
Oh no, not a chance, bro. I still have a photo, because my dad was so cheesed. I got a 9 out of 10 in graduating, so I kept my card down, my report card. I kept it down, and there was a photo of the top 20 students in the school, and I was one of them. But I had my card down, and I came back home. My dad beating my ass because he's like, "Yo, why not showing it up?" I'm like, "Oh, because of how much you taught me to be good in school. Now I got a 9, and I feel very disappointed." And I'm like, and then after that it was cool. But yeah, I don't even remember. No, not that I don't remember. I didn't know it was gonna be the last day of school.
And that was the last day of school for everybody.
And that was like for everybody, like it was done, bro. You didn't know it was gonna be like that, right? Like, who knew? Nobody knew but God. But what I was gonna say is, one of the big things, bro. I was also asking my uncle. The second thing was, is there a lot of school fights?
School fights,
bro. I was like very afraid of that. I don't know why. In Lebanon, it's probably because of how much I got bullied back then, which I found it funny back then. But then now I'm growing up, like, yo, I was actually getting like nearly beat the shit out of as fun, but it was still very fun to them and funny to me, which I don't know how it was funny to me. But now that I'm growing up, it's like, yo, these guys had no hearts, bro.
Yeah, I feel like it was probably just funny too, because you thought that because of what you was going through, and because that they were richer than you thought that they was better than you, and that it's okay for them to do that.
Yeah, because they had the money, basically give them the power. It's like,
and they didn't really want to displease them.
Yeah,
to get on the bad side.
Yeah, I didn't want to be on the bad side, because of then I would have no one for the next 4 years. Not besides that, it would be basically them against me. Yeah, and exactly. Now I don't really have nobody, right?
Because you're the outsider, right?
Right, yeah, exactly. And now anything wrong I would do then. But then throughout the years, bro, they started like two or three of my friends, they started to actually prefer me over their old friends. They would offer me things where the old friends would get jealous. Yeah. And now it's like they started arguing, and I'm like, bro, I'm just sitting there. What the fuck did I even do? I'm just sitting there laughing. Obviously not in front of them, but like, bro, it's crazy.
And look at it now, right?
Yeah, now. Yeah.
So
I wouldn't like. That's the last thing I would ever do to someone. Just make fun of them just because they can't afford things, or
yeah.
Because if I know where I come from, I came from the same thing. So how am I gonna make fun of my old me?
Yeah,
and it doesn't make sense.
And bro, I tell people all the time, I'm like, the drought is coming, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care what you see on social media and that kind of stuff. The drought is coming.
If you don't humble yourself,
you know, and exactly, you know, and it will always come, bro. Like a humbling do have to come financially. It can come on your own, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So from the time you started this body barbershop to now, right? Because when you start body barbershop, you was way different to how you are now in terms of like where you wanted to be and that kind of stuff. I know that when you started the barbershop, you wanted money, you know, and I know that it was going to be like I thought it was or this kid is going to be done by September.
It's another time,
But it wasn't, because there was a change within a couple months, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Did you realize that when it was happening, or did you realize it now that you look back?
I think I realized it over time, and now that I'm growing up. Honestly, the reason why my main goal was money, because that's something I've always struggled with, even growing up. And for the people who say money doesn't buy happiness, I kind of agree and disagree, because it doesn't. Money itself doesn't, but it can buy things that can make you happy.
Yeah.
And I think that's. I didn't really see like sunshine and all that while I was growing up. So I thought, the money would be the solution for that. So I'm gonna try my best to make as much money as possible. But I also understood that if I'm gonna start something, I'm not gonna focus on making money first.
Yeah.
Right? Like what comes. Let's say you want to make like, I don't know, $10,000. What comes before $10,000? Right? Certain amount of haircuts. Okay, how am I gonna get like this much haircuts? How am I gonna market myself? How am I gonna be able to convince someone to come to me, specifically me, to cut their hair and then keep them for a lifetime? It's a lot of different things, but I would say everyone's own like end goal. Maybe not everyone, but most people who are starting new things, it's all for money, bro.
Yeah.
Like to be honest, it's all for money. Whoever says it's not for money, then they're just going with the flow, I would say.
You see, so money is
it's just a tool, in my opinion.
Yeah, so money is what comes with it.
Yeah.
You know? But
like if you make money in a bad way, then how do you really benefiting the world? How do you really making a change for yourself? There's a lot, like if you're not making money in a good way, then it's not really teaching you much.
No, it's not worth it.
It's not worth it. Yeah.
It's not worth it, because it will leave with the same win.
Yeah, and you can't, bro. You can't just be making money, bro. You can't. Yeah. That's not the only thing, bro. You can't just keep eating and not taking a shit. That's I don't know. That could be a bad example, but what I was saying is you can't just keep making money and expect to not lose it.
Right.
That's something a lot of people need to realize, to be honest, because they start making so much, and then when something hits, like, boom, holy shit, how'd that even happen? Like, I didn't even expect.
Yeah,
even a donkey would expect that, bro. Come on.
It's balance, right? It's balance.
Yeah.
You can't just, like, there's a lot of times kids come to the shop and they're like, oh, like I talk to them about what they want to be in life, and they will be like, oh, I want to be an accountant, you know, or I want to be a lawyer, and then it's like, oh, why? It's like, oh, it's good money. And I'm like, bro, you don't understand. You don't understand
the power of waking up being happy instead of waking up knowing you're going to do the same shit every day. Bro, how are you going to sleep at night knowing you're going to wake up, and for the next like couple of years, your life is going to be the same thing, bro.
But
you're going to wake up and do the same thing.
But they'll be rich, though.
In when? In when? Like,
so,
right?
So that's what they're seeing is money to buy happiness, bro.
Yeah.
That we was talking about before. Is that money, the thing with money, bro, is that if you're a happy person and you get money, right, then it's good. You know, I think money could buy you happiness when you could help people. Yeah. You see, like if you're making money and you're helping people, I think that that's actually the secret to life. I think the secret to life is planting seeds, you know, and creating things that other people could eat from. So a lot of people who make money and they keep it for themselves, they become tired, you know, and they become frustrated. But like once you start to make your money and you start to like help all people and stuff, I think it makes money way more fun, you know. But it's not just about money; it's about balance. It's about having a life where you have people that love you. You know, you have kids that look up to you, people who come to you for advice, because Not because somebody rich means that you could take advice from them.
You can take advice from poor people too, bro.
But I take advice.
And honestly, I think they say it in a better way because they mention their deep mistakes, I would say.
Yeah, for sure.
They're very deep mistakes, and you can learn from that because, against if you talk to a rich person, they're gonna tell you what you should do and not what they did.
But not only that is that a rich person wouldn't tell you everything that they did.
Yeah.
So you don't know.
They'll tell you about the victories mostly.
Yeah, but they wouldn't necessarily tell you, oh, but I happened to meet somebody who do this, or my dad gave me this, or
like they don't put it in a way where they mention they got lucky.
Exactly, you know.
And I think most people, very very rich people get lucky somehow because you don't know who you're gonna run into, and he's gonna put you on to this person, and then this person is gonna put you on into his group, and now you're part of this group, and now you're
exactly,
right?
You know. And that's the things that, like I was writing something last night because I couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
So I when I can't sleep, I just go to my notes and I write. And I was writing that I hate this saying, I can never take advice from somebody broker than me.
Yeah.
You know, because somebody who poor can't teach you things, and and that's not true. I think people could teach you. I think advice comes from experience and not from finances. You know, like somebody who is broke could give you advice on a bunch of different things, you know.
Yeah, but
it's like somebody who's rich. If somebody get rich off crypto, how that person can give you business advice?
How is that person gonna give you advice?
That person, because that person get lucky. That was a gamble. Just like if I get rich from gambling, and that's the thing with social media is that they make you feel like these people are the ones who are the greatest thinkers, you know, and they could give you the biggest advice, and that's what I hate. I shouldn't say I hate, but I dislike like the Instagrams that will be like, oh, get like people talking to me like, get your goals and write it down and every day read it and every night read it, and I'm like, bro,
put it on your
that's
wall.
not. I was like, yeah, it's nice to say, it's nice to hear you say, but most people don't think like that. You know, you can't just do it like that. You have to envision it and you have to think about it, yes. But the way they make it seem is as if their life is so well put together, right? And make it look like they have something that somebody else do have. So somebody who doesn't do that will feel like, oh, because I do that means that I can't get where I want to be, you know. And I feel like Nipsey Hussle said the best, and he says he went through every emotion to get where he is, right? And the biggest thing is that he didn't quit, you know. Then he said, I don't want to act like I had an ultimate poise, and it wasn't that. It was just that I didn't quit. I had everything that you had, I just didn't quit, you know. But a lot of people make it seem as if, oh, this is your friends. You have friends who don't do this. You need to leave them, and it's like, no, you can't do them things. That's not how life works, bro.
Like you're chasing paper just to leave a friendship.
Exactly, bro. You know, is everything is at the core of money as it is. It's like people respect somebody who have money. Yeah, I made a joke in the shop last week. I don't know if you was there. Where I was like, I remember back in the days where if someone had a daughter and they was going to get married, they would want to meet the guy and see if the guy could protect them. Yeah. You know, the guy had to be like manly and the guy had to be like manly and he had to be firm and this had to be somebody who like, oh, this person could lead my daughter and will protect my daughter. Now it's like, oh, he rich.
It's like, oh, he rich, oh, take her, bro.
Oh, he have money, yeah, take her.
Take her, bro. I don't care. It's like, bro, that's your daughter.
Yeah, anything that come Russian, that's the quickest people to leave. So at the end of the day, bro, I wouldn't say like money does play in a situation where it could make you could have fun, it could take your family out and stuff. So it is a necessity. You know, it's just not the only necessity. There's so much other things that you need. You need friendships. You need people around you. You need time. You need effort. You need something to chase. You need something to be creative. You need a creative outlet somehow. That's what I believe. You know, so I believe that money does make you happy. Actually, no, I would say money doesn't make you happy. Money makes you happier.
Happier.
So if you're happy, you'll get happier.
You'll get happier.
If you're sad, you'll get a little happier, but it still will be sad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's why I think.
And nowadays they're making it seem like if you don't have money, then you should be purely sad.
Yeah, and that's the next thing.
That's the sad part of social media, bro. Like you said, you have to wake up at 5 a.m. You have to write down like your goals, your daily goals.
Yeah.
The night before you sleep, it's like, bro.
Go to the gym. Go to the gym at 3.
Let
me tell you.
Go to the gym at 3, bro. I wake up at like whenever I want, and then.
Which is I'll read to you what I wrote, bro, because it was like.
Yo, and low key, me too. I write shit, but I write it differently. I go on my notes and I have like probably like 50 paragraphs of just me saying what's going on in my life, and I try to figure out how am I gonna figure it out, saying each problem. Cause, bro, what I realize is as soon as you write down a problem, then you basically solve 90% of it.
Yeah,
I think that's the easiest way. But I don't know. It's all like summary of my life.
Your eyes is the gate to your soul, or the key to your soul.
Yeah.
So, let me show you this, bro. So, this is what I was writing last night. I said, taking advice from people with nothing. So the heading is taking advice from people with nothing. Right? And the way I write, you can see that I write in a way that is not everything I want to say, but I write it in like the most important things to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I feel like this is the worst line in history. Money doesn't grant people wisdom, nor is it the base of life. Don't get me wrong, money is somewhat a necessity for survival. But since when did it become the core of our existence? We look past the riches that we have and class them as poverty, which is like your family, you know? How much would a rich guy pay to have something that you take for granted? Advice comes from experience, period. I learn from everyone. The poorest person can teach you, directly or indirectly. It boils down to what we want in life.
And if you ask any very rich person, especially people my age, if I go and ask like a 70-year-old retired man with a bunch of money, what's your dream? He'd probably be like, I'll pay you anything you want to go back to your age.
Yeah.
And that's mostly any very old, like I wouldn't say very old, but any old rich person, bro. Like time is the most valuable asset by far, bro.
By far. In my mom's nursing home, right? In my mom's nursing home, there was this old man, and he was a big businessman, so he had like money and that kind of stuff, right? He was 99 at the time. He was on his way out. He's dead now. Yeah. And my mom went to introduce me to him. And then she says, tell him something. Give him some advice. And he looks at me and he's like, don't take one day for granted. You know, he's like, bro, don't let one day pass without you being happy for life, bro. Not one day. You know? And then that stick with me because he on his way out, right? And it's like, we here and we keep thinking about, we do have this or we do have that, or I had to get a Lambo by this year, or look at the people on Instagram. And it's like, bro, your life is way more than that, bro.
It's good to have that vision, but don't just like...
No, but see, there's a difference with vision and wanting something because everybody else doing it.
Yeah. Like, if you want to have a Lambo by 23, it's a good goal, don't get me wrong. Most kids want to do that. But also don't deal with every day that you're living right now in a sad way just because you don't have the Lambo. Until you're 23, then you'll be happy.
Yeah.
To me, that's it makes no sense, bro.
Staying stuck for so long.
That's just like you're so much in your head at this point.
Yeah.
You're so much deep down in your head where you need to take a step back and just look at what you're doing, bro.
So what do you think is your goals for the next 5 years? Actually, let me ask you, what is your goal? What's your ambition in life? Like, where you wanna be, who you wanna be.
I wanna be known as that one guy who, how am I gonna word this? I wanna be known as that one guy who was able to overcome the biggest fear and turn it into achievement where he is doing the exactly opposite of it. Basically helping everybody out. I think that's something I've always wanted to do. But I'll help myself out first, and then I'll be able to help everybody out too. I've always like a lot of people have asked me for. I would say I'll mention money for now. A lot of people have asked me for money, but then like I try my best to help, but it would get to a point where I don't really own anybody anything right now until I'm up there. I wouldn't say I'm not ready, but I don't think that I need to right now, bro. But I also want to be the one guy who built like who wants to make life fair for everybody.
Yeah.
And everybody doesn't have to go through that just because they can't afford that. Because that's what I went through, so I don't want anybody else to go through that.
To feel it.
Like to feel it, to go through that feeling and that trauma. I think that's kind of who I want to be, bro. I'm still trying to figure it out, but that's like my
big
that's like my big vision, bro.
Yeah.
Obviously help everybody out, but then helping the people who are suffering with what I went through. And I know so much people who are going through that right now, unfortunately, that I can't help, but it will be soon. Hopefully.
That's good though.
Yeah.
So what's your plan to get there?
That's such a direct question, bro. Like, how do I even answer that?
I don't know. Like, how you plan to get it? From crypto, from the barber shop, from different businesses, from like what you want to do, from boxing.
Honestly, bro, I think I'll tell you from the beginning, bro. My barbering was, I never looked at it as in the long term. I always looked at it. My goal was always to invest in real estate, but it's probably not the best time in the market. Like, it's always a good time to buy. Like, the best time was always to buy yesterday. That's what they say. I kind of changed it up. I've always used barbering as a bridge to where I want to get, bro.
Yeah.
And my thing was always to have something online where I don't want to be touching physically, but I can control from a phone, because I don't know how people could ignore the fact that you have a connection on your phone and you have access to anything you want in the world, but yet you're still ignoring to use it. I think that's something people want to be just so ignorant about. I don't know. That's just me, though. That's just me. I don't know why I would want to build a physical business when I can do it online, bro. And everybody does something different, right? Everybody prefers something different. But that I want to have something where I'm able to control from anywhere in the world. Visit wherever I want to go, and still be able to control my employees and all that stuff, bro. In a very direct way, and very flexible way, I would say. Because if you own a physical business and physical company in real life, then if something goes bad, especially in the very beginning for the process of it, if something goes bad, bro, then and you're outside, you kind of bro, you're probably not even gonna enjoy your vacation yet, or whatever you are, you're probably not even gonna be able to enjoy the time, because something is going on in your asset, but you can't really do anything about it. And I'm talking about in the beginning of a business, because later on you can have managers and all that to deal with all these stuff. But in the beginning, I would very recommend starting something online, bro. Yeah. At least that's my passion. I don't know about anybody else.
No, it's him.
That's just me.
No, it makes sense, bro.
No, because so many people come after me whenever I want to say something. Bro, it's hard when when you're a young entrepreneur and everybody else, especially coming out of high school, as everybody else wants to make their point over you because you don't know what you're doing because you're young, and growing up in a not too big of a town, everybody thinks it's almost impossible to make it. So it's not really, bro. It's not really at all.
Yeah, just like how the businesses on your phone, everything is in your mind, right?
Yeah, bro.
And how hard they willing to work for it.
Mm-hmm. But bro, anybody my age, I think 5 things are very important. And this is just, bro, again, this is my perspective. This is what I think. People can change it up. But first thing is God. If you have a good relationship with God, this is who you can call on your hardest times.
Definitely.
This is someone you can really rely on and pray to and ask for anything you want. But most people give up because they don't see the progress, neither do they see the result from whatever they're asking for. And it takes time. This is like a teacher is always quiet when you're writing a test. And then when you head into the test, they're going to be like, oh, you actually paid attention during the class times. So now we're gonna award you with a 10 out of 10. Let's say that. And now you're going to get to like reward yourself, right? I think that's the same thing with having a relationship with God, bro. And the second thing is family. You always want to keep family close, because if you're that's one line Dave said in his song was, what's the point of being rich when your family ain't? That's like flying first class in a crashing plane. I think if you're rich and no one around you likes you and you're not close with anybody, it's like living in an empty world, bro. It's like you're being so rich but you're living on Mars with luxurious things. To me, it's
a waste of time.
It's like useless, bro. Waste of time, yeah, useless. Third thing is, anybody my age, I would recommend you to start barbering, because you can get so much connection around people. It's literally, and most people don't realize it, you can make way more money than anybody who has a 4-year degree or even a 6-year degree.
Yeah.
In one year like time frame. This coming from 19-year-old. I've done it for like 2 years now.
Yeah, but the only thing is that to get there, it will be hard work. Like you can do it in a year.
Yeah.
But in that year, you have to be grinding.
Bro, you have to be grinding, bro. This
so
is
that's why I
coming
didn't
from
make
someone.
sure I didn't know that
like,
that is 9 to 9.
Yeah.
Like when I started working.
It's not even 9 to 5. It's 9 to 9.
Bro,
even past 9, bro.
Look, when I started working at the barber shop, I used to work at the barber shop downtown. I don't know call people names and stuff, but
yeah.
And I was training, bro, and I had a key. I would literally show up at 9 because the shop opens at 10 and closes at 8. I'll show up at 9, clean the stations and stuff, so they could open at 10. Then I just stay back after 9.
Yeah.
I mean after 8 again to clean and close, you know. And I would do that for what in my first week being in the shop, I was opening the shop and doing 1-level cuts with customers, not even people who was walking in, like actual customers who were walking, and I could do 1-level cuts and line up on everything without supervision, you know.
Yeah.
I would say I was doing full cut within 4 months tops, like by myself. But then after every cut, what I would do, I'd always challenge myself. For a year, even though I was doing cuts, I would always ask, check over this cut, because I wanna hear criticism. That's the only way I could be good, you know. So then I would get, and then eventually I had it, you know. So that's the thing. You could do it in a year, but it takes a lot of work.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that. I think anything is possible, bro, as long as you put in the work and if you're very disciplined. I would go to school, bro. Wake up at 6 a.m. Go to school, come back home. I was working in this little. I wouldn't say little, actually. I was working in this salon. It was for girls, but I don't like cutting girls' hair. I realized that after like 2 months because they complain a lot. So I was out of that. But I would start texting people. It's like, yo, did your hair grow back yet? Like, do you need a cut, bro? I don't even care. I would tell them. I'd be like, bro, I'll come cut you for free. I don't care. I'm trying to get the reps in. I'm trying to improve myself. And now, that was like 12-hour days in a row, bro. And I have school that I have to take, which I almost failed, bro. In grade 12. I'd have like 50s. And the only like couple, 3 classes I had, which one of them was gym. And I only passed that because I gave the teacher haircuts, bro. That was the only reason. And I see, bro, a lot of people were like joking about it, about my future in high school. They're like, oh, what happened to cutting hair, bro? I thought you were gonna keep cutting hair. I was like, bro, it's not funny. It's not funny, bro, compared to where I am now.
But dog, that's why, it's, honestly, bro, you have to leave them. Because I remember, like, even my dad at first was like, yo, you guys just gonna be cutting hair. You know, and like, and now people see the potential in it. It's like now people come and be like, oh, how much cuts you had today? Also, and they try to count up your money.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, bro, you can't count it because we have so much, like, we work hard, bro. It's like a lot of work, and one thing that people take for granted about the barbershop, and I don't mean this in a bad way, is that with other jobs, bro, if you do construction, you could go to do construction. I don't say that you should go drunk, but you could go drunk or high, or you could go angry and not talk to no one.
And you'll still be fine. Bro, this is more of like therapy plus cutting hair.
Bro, we had to be at our close to our best at all times in terms of conversation. You know, you have to be happy. Like nobody expect to come and the barber sad. Like, oh, how you feeling today? You're sad today and you're gonna cut my hair still?
How are you? No, I'm not good.
Yeah.
Like, bro,
you know
them sitting in that chair is already back.
Exactly.
You started it bad already, bro.
So we always have to be like, oh yeah, everything good, yeah. Bro, I went to the barbershop 3 days after Jada was born. Right? I've been to the barbershop the day I had a miscarriage. I went to work. Most people didn't even know. You know, it's only after I was like, yo, bro, that happened. I was like, yeah, bro. But it's things that sometimes you just have to be like, I was young at the time, to be honest. You know, like looking back on it now, I should have taken the day off. But at the time, it was what I felt right doing. So most people won't understand that with barbering is a lot of work because it's mental. Like you have to be there at all times. You have to be, like somebody will come in inside the shop on a day when you're not feeling the best and be like, bro, what happened to Chelsea yesterday?
Yeah, bro.
And you're like, oh, you had to hype yourself.
And then, bro, believe me or not, a lot of people come to the shop just to talk.
Just the vibes, yeah, of course.
Just for the vibes. And now it's like it's every 2 weeks, and then they come and they're like, oh fuck, like, bro, I didn't get what I wanted, right? I don't even care about the cut. I just wanted to meet this guy.
Bro, a guy came to the shop one time, and I was cutting him, and he's like, how come you didn't give me no advice today? And I'm like, oh, you wanted advice? He's like, no, yeah, like normally when they come, you like always like speaking like knowledge and like, you know, but this time it wasn't, you know, really speaking knowledge. I was like, oh, I don't know, I was just chilling, but that just goes to show that people pay into that energy.
Yeah, bro. It's not just a cut, bro.
It's not just a cut. So
it's not just a cut.
But it's and I think it's the same thing with any feelers. Like that's why we have so much bad nurses and so much bad doctors now, is because everyone goes into something for the money, you know, and they forget the joy or the creativity behind it. Or like sometimes people will be like, yo, Vaughn, why are you still doing videos for free? And I'm like, bro, the videos I do for free is videos where I have full creative control and I can create what I want, you know. And to me, money wouldn't trump that just yet in my career, because I could showcase the best work rather than getting paid jobs where it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna pay you to do this, record that, this and this. You know, it's not the same.
Honestly, bro, I've cut so many doctors and they all look. I don't mean to disrespect anybody, but they all kind of have like a depression look on them, bro. They all look super stressed, bro. They're young, but their face is all like wrinkles and all that, like white hairs. Yeah, they all look. I don't know, bro. They're too much in their heads and all
bro,
that.
If you think about it,
it's your life, right?
Bro, if you think about it, it's kind of cool that our job is you can dress how you want
Yeah,
and
bro.
just go and chill and talk shit. You know,
Right? Yeah. Just show up to work. Dress however you want, but dress good, obviously.
Mhm.
Bro, talk with clients. Be like, yo, how was your day? And then just talk shit about other. I don't know. Not other people, but just talk shit about other things, and convos always go on, bro. Like, you can't do that in a regular job.
Yeah.
You can't take a break whenever you want. You can't get paid whenever you want.
No.
You can't dress however you want. You can't talk whatever you want.
You can't just you can't even just walk outside for fresh
You
air.
can't, yeah, right? Like, sometimes I'd be outside and then my clients would come outside too and we'd just chill outside.
Yeah.
Mid-cut. That's during free times, bro. Don't do that when you're
This guy. But anyway,
when you're learning how to cut hair. But yeah, I would recommend everybody, bro. Whoever wants to start cutting hair, just don't focus on money first. Money will come, bro. And the first year or two, you're probably gonna suffer so much, unless if you're working 12 hours plus
but as
days,
as
bro.
we tell other people, we say you could start, but know that you're not gonna make money for the first year.
Yeah, bro. You're gonna
At
make money,
least.
and your goal should always be making your first 100,000, because it's so fucking possible with cutting hair. It's you're gonna go beyond that if
But
you
bro,
just do it the right way, put in the time, and offer a good amount of free cuts in the beginning. Just know that in the beginning you're not gonna be eating, bro.
Bro, people go to university, right? Like, look at a doctor go to university 10 years. Like, people go to college,
Yeah,
you know, and they don't get paid for college.
yeah.
They actually pay to go to
They
college.
pay to go. You're
You
paying
know,
for
But then they come to the barbershop and they think that, oh, in 3 months I'll be up, in a month I'll be up. It's like, bro, no, dog, you're learning a whole trade.
How are you
can
gonna
go anywhere in the world and do it? That's not how it's gonna work.
right, bro? It's such a hard skill because it's so valuable that you're expecting to make so much money in a short amount of time, bro. You're paying for college, and you're not expecting to make any money until like 4 years after, or university. 4 years sometimes is different, depending what you're taking.
And most
How
of
are
you
you gonna-
up working as a bartender.
Yeah. So compared to that, how are you gonna come to cutting hair without paying any money up front? You don't want to pay for equipment. You don't want to pay for like clippers. You don't want to pay for scissors. You don't want to pay for anything. Yeah, you're expecting to make so much money.
Yeah.
But in university, you're paying for so much books and shit, and you're not expecting any money. Tell me, how does that make sense, bro? Bro, trust me, in 2 years of just straight up focusing on cutting hair, bro, I think anybody can reach 6 figures easily, bro.
Yeah.
And I think once you reach 6 figures, it's easy to reach that, but then scaling it up to like millions is, and this is my opinion, I think you should start learning something on the side.
Yeah.
To level up both.
Always.
What I would recommend is, if anyone wants to start barbering, start cutting hair, and in your main time build something online, and bro, start boxing, bro. This is out of business, but then just do boxing in the free time if you can. I think boxing is bro, it's so important because it gives you so much confidence. It applies into so much things in life. So much intense goes into it, where
It's focused.
it puts you in a good shape, as well as it's you versus you, bro, which is related to you starting a business online and you cutting hair. I think these three like all connect to each other, and this is just my opinion, bro.
No, you're right.
But I think it's from where I am. I think I have the right to say my opinion about what I like,
you're good.
Whether
So
if
here
people
this,
like it or not.
right, is so I wanna ask a question about going to one place and then I'll come back to the question.
Oh, and the last thing I was gonna say is always hygiene is very important. If you look good, you're gonna secure a good deal.
Yeah, hygiene
is one of the most, bro. Like, so like God, family. What was the third thing?
patience.
Huh?
Patience, basically.
Patience, and I was saying, boxing,
Exercise.
and exercise. I recommend boxing, and then hygiene,
Yeah.
because it puts you in a good shape. And if you're like, it's a lot of intensity, bro. I would say it humbles you a lot. I would say.
So the question I wanted to ask you, right, is because you show me a video one time with you on the bus and your friends teasing you with money.
Yeah.
You know, and there's not things that we want to talk about right now. Anyway. We'll get into that next time.
Yeah.
And then you show my next video with, it was Christmas and your friend had a new toy and he was watching him play the new toy. Right?
Yeah.
So before we close, if you now could go back to you then and the way you feel and you was that bus driver, right? What would you tell you then?
I even have this in my bio. It says, "Forgive them, for they do not know what they're doing." It's a verse from the Bible. And bro, honestly, when someone has no vision, no mindset, zero knowledge, and they're just growing up, you can't tell them shit, bro. You can't help. Like, you can't tell a donkey to do something, but they're just stupid and not gonna understand you, bro.
But I understand that, but even if we forget them, and we just see the little boy who was being teased on the bus, or the little boy who was watching the kids play with the cars and he didn't have cars, and the feeling that he had, right? If you could go back, if you could see him right now, right? Like if he was standing right here and he didn't know who you were, what would you tell him to comfort him, for him to understand that everything gonna be okay? What you would tell him?
I would say, don't worry, you'll make it. God didn't put you through this much for no reason. And that's something I go by until this day. And that's why I was saying relationship with God is so important, because you're going through some shit right now where you don't even understand why it's happening, yet you don't know who's doing what's happening in your life. How are you gonna expect to know something when someone created it for you and you don't know that person? So I would just say that, bro. Just keep, I don't know. I'll tell myself, just you're close enough to making it. Just be patient and don't watch anybody else. Watch your own self. And there again, bro, I'm not even like, I'm very camera shy, so I don't know how to talk much. Even my English is still like cracks up sometimes.
You good?
But yeah, bro. Discipline is my biggest thing. As long as you have trust in God and you just work, just make sure you don't work blindly, then everything will pay off.
Yeah.
Now or later, it doesn't matter. The right time will come. Maybe you want a Lambo right now, but maybe you know you're a crazy driver, so God's not gonna give you a Lambo, so you don't fucking end up crashing somewhere.
Yeah.
So He's gonna give it to you later, where you're a little bit more settled. A lot of things go into it, bro. A lot of things go into it. You just have to figure out what's the best thing for you right now, and not for later. So, yeah, and that's why I was saying not most people, like if you're a kid who wants a Lambo by 23 and you're not happy because you don't have it right now, maybe it's not meant for you right now, bro.
No.
Maybe it's not for. Maybe if you're a crazy driver, God's not gonna give you something to kill yourself with.
And sometimes it happens, right?
That's the sad part.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it actually happens. Actually, I don't even want to mention that. It happened to one of the close people in the shop. He recently died in a car accident.
Yeah, and it's sad, bro. R.I.P. Yeah, bro. But yeah, I think that's good, though. I think we could wrap on that one. Because I think that was good advice, and I think it's a strong way to end the conversation.
I think there's so much things I want to talk about. Just that I'm camera shy, and it would have to be like 3 more parts, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Like 3
bro,
more
like,
parts. But
like,
then
honestly, like as I get used to it, like I'm still learning to it. So as I get used to it, it becomes easier.
Yeah, next part should be better.
But yeah, bro. So I don't know. It's good to finally have you on and hear the things that you want to say. I know, like most people won't even know but like probably my first episode was with Savio, but we were doing a test run and we didn't record. We wasn't recording anything, and we were just doing a test run so I could see how the podcasts are run and that kind of stuff. But it's glad that he sorry.
I always wanted to be that guy behind the camera who just directs.
Yeah.
But then
I mean, I wanted to be that guy.
I had to jump on.
I wanted to be
you
that
have
guy
to sometimes put your face out there.
Yeah, I wanted to be the guy too, but nobody wanted to come in front of the camera, so then I had to do it for myself.
You had to do it.
So yeah, bro, but it was good to have you on. I don't know if you want to tell them anything before you leave, or if you're good with what you say, because what you say was good, but I don't know if you want to say anything to the people before you leave. You could do a shameless plug where people could find you and that kind of stuff.
Not much, bro. I don't know if anyone wants a question about cutting hair or anything. My Instagram is Savyo, SAVYOZ, and just trust your dreams, bro. You don't have this. This vision didn't come overnight. You have something in your head, and it's in your head for a reason. So put it into reality and actually execute that dream.
Definitely.
I don't like so. The reason you have these thoughts in your head is because it's meant for you.
Yeah, go and put it
No
down.
one, like in real life, when you do something, you can see somebody do it, but you can't see someone else's thoughts.
No.
Which is why it makes it so unique, because you have something going on in your head, and I have my own, and someone else has their own. So now it's like, it's so unique that it's only yours. So you understand it better than anyone else. I can never show you or tell you my thoughts fully. That's just not possible. It's physically not possible.
Yeah.
So, how are you gonna tell me this came overnight when it's so unique and it has so much value to it, where it didn't build up over time?
No, it's definitely something that's going to
Yeah, bro. But that's one of the things I just wanted to put out there.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, bro. Thanks for having you. Thanks for coming on. Sorry.
No problem.
To you guys, this is episode 28. I shouldn't say. I think it's episode 28.
It is. You said that in the beginning.
Yeah, but I don't know if I was right.
Probably 26.
Probably 29. Anyway, so this is episode 28 of the Young Active podcast. We had Savio on today, and yeah. So thanks for coming. Thanks for listening. I'll see you guys next week. Right.
Was that better than last time? Yeah. It was like an hour and a half.